You might have some rare videos.
Wow. An NES. I actually can't remember the last time I seen these, and it's actually on there. There's some NES games like Arch Rivals. That game is promising. I played it on Midway Arcade Treasures before. Fester's Quest. Here's a Genesis box. Like these are employee pickups or something like that. Here's some accessories back here. Some drums. We got some PSP and PlayStation 3. PlayStation 3 again. Here we go. You got this. Here's a driving wheel for certain games. There's this. There's some magazines, some old ones too. There's PlayStation 2. There's that. Like they're all everywhere. There's Lord of the Rings. Oh my God. Wow. It's Atari 2600. Hey, you, put that down. No. You don't like Atari? Then you don't get to hold them. Here's some Atari 5200. Here's some more Atari 2600 games. I'm actually so surprised that they're actually selling this. Here's Super Challenge Baseball, which the AVGN talked about before. Here's some Genesis games. Here's some more Genesis games. Here's some Xbox 360 games. And this one recently came out. Over here we got third-party controllers, it looks like. I don't know what this. Oh, this is the network adapter for the PlayStation 2. I never seen that before in my life. Heaven. Here's some of the PlayStation 1 games. Here's Buzz Life, all this stuff. Division Classics, Cool Borders 3. Look at all these titles. Just look at all these. I never seen Here's a mini model PS1. I need to get a new one. I don't have the money for it, but I gotta get that. Here's the original DualShock controller. Oh look, there's Soul Blade. I already have that. I don't need it. Here's SimCity 2000. And possibly like some more. Oh look, there's Twisted Metal 2. I'm surprised to see all this stuff, and some of these games like doesn't happen to own and stuff. Ooh, here's some original Xbox games. I love all the classics. Like, look at all these things. Like, who doesn't miss all these classics? Only Marty doesn't. Here's a GameCube. I need to buy a new GameCube as well. But here's some of the GameCube games. I don't know how much they are, but I'd like to figure that out. Like, look at all this stuff. I actually like everything here. Here's some PC games. It looks like. Also, they also sell DVDs as well. Really? That's pretty nice. I really don't care for this section. Here's some Wii. Here's some Wii stuff and crap. All these DVD stuff. Ooh, look, I forgot to talk about. Here's this one too. Ooh, look, it's original Genesis box. I already talked about that too. Here's a portable Genesis. Here's oh my God, it's Atari Jaguar. I didn't know they actually had Atari Jaguar. Here's Cybermorph. I didn't know they have that. Here's some Genesis boxes. Here's Formula 1, which is also on PlayStation. Here's NFL. There's hard driving, which I played on this, which is pretty cool. Here's some more Genesis games. KO Boxing, which is also for Genesis. Here's a model. There's two Model 2 Genesis, which I also own, which I really don't need to talk about. Over here, we got some Sega Dreamcast games, which are pretty expensive. And look. Oh, look, it looks like a Japanese one. But no, that one's discolored. Oh, look, Sega Master System games. Holy crap. It's Rocky for the Sega Hey, dude, it's Rocky for the...
Yeah, this is the one that you broke.
It's Rocky for the Sega Master System, which is what the AVGN already talked about. Here's Sonic Adventure. Sean, one day I'm going to get that. Here's some Sega CD games, it looks like. I'd never seen these before in my life. Here's, what you call them. This is Sega Saturn games. Just someday. Just someday, Sean, I will get Sega Saturn. Oh, DVDs, they're kind of boring and stuff. Let's cross over to here. Here's some, N64 cartridges. Here's Ridge Racer. Here's some N64 controllers and WWF, all that kind of crap. Here's some more N64 games over here, which are pretty cheap these days. If only if I could like buy them if I had like money to afford it. I mean, I do, but I'm mainly here for like Game Boy Color games. Here's an N64. I never touched this one like in so long. Like bottom of the ninth inning, which is also on Sega Saturn as well. Like, look at this. Yep, that's pretty nice. Like all these consoles are like garbage. Here's some Super Nintendo games. Like I don't see any boxed Super Nintendo games, which is sad, but this is pretty cool. Here's some other Super Nintendo games, which I don't own. Some of them. Yeah, because it's an older model. I never seen a white one in my life. Here's some other Super Nintendo games, and here's some TVs. Here's stuff that has something to do with TV or something like that. I already talked about the Atari 2600 carts, right? Like these things are pretty good. Like I don't have anything against them. They don't have anything that has something to do with Intellivision. This game I might review on Reptile's Game Room someday. Here's a Star Trek Strategic Operations Simulator. I'll review that someday too. Here's Pole Position. Holy crap! Look, it's Atari 7800. Here's Frogger. Uh-oh, look. Not this Madden crap, just plain A normal, everyday, no question about it, no NFL, no year, not named after a player, not named after a coach, not named after the referee's pet goldfish, no quarterback, dime bat, nickelback, simple, ordinary, unembellished, unmistakable, crystal clear, as frank as Frankenstein, as blunt as an atom bomb, one compound word, it's mother effing, god dang, sons of being, effing, football. Here's real sports football. There's Berserk. Well, now remember, Evil Otto. I've never seen Evil Otto in the 2600 version. Holy crap! Here's some Intellivision games. Do you know what the Intellivision is?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Oh, that's right. Here's a ColecoVision game, which is Donkey Kong for the Nintendo. I already talked about Atari 5200. Here's Atari. What's up?
Did you say that the Xbox 360 is backwards compatible with the first Xbox?
Yeah, but most of them, just not all of them. But I think I do know some games that could work on there. Like, I think Doom 3 works. I always wanted to play this game. Like, there's no language in it. It's just, just simple.
SimCity 2000 is on PlayStation.
I played the PlayStation version. It's kind of... It's San Francisco Rush. This is... Are you gonna buy that right now?
Probably. That's the same.
Yeah. Here's a
Arena football.
I think that one works on Xbox 360 too. Like this one.
Arena football.
Like this one is kind of like hard to close. Like you need to be very specific with it. Here's Jam Pack. Ooh, look. Dante, look, it's Tomorrow Never Dies for the PlayStation. There's The World Is Not Enough. What is it with James Bond games? Like, seriously. What? Brute Force? What's that? Isn't that? Oh, no, that's not the rated M football game.
No, it's easy. You can just buy replacements.
So Finding Nemo. Well, I think that pretty much concludes this tour of this new retro video game store. Now, someday, Sean, just someday.
Hey, boom.
What?
Your Game Boy is right here.
Hold on, let's take a look at this one. It's the Vectrex. You actually.
around the same price on
There's a Vectrex. There's some also other Sega Saturn
I still
games.
play like Pokemon Red and that stuff.
There's some Game Boy
Dude,
games.
I at least need a 3-month gold membership, man.
That's pretty nice. Anyway, I think that pretty much concludes everything right here. So,
PlayStation?
Yep.
one more thing. Here's some stuff right here. Box Super Nintendo games and all that crap. So, yeah. And box 2600 games.
PlayStation 2.
Yeah, it's just a different model.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it was the later one.
Yeah, that's right.
So, you're going to buy the PS1?
Yeah. I'm also doing it because
Alright, here we go. Seriously. One last part. Here's the Retron. Like, Mark from Classic Gamer reviewed this. Did you know that, Sean? Here's a box Super Nintendo thing. This is the first time feeling this kind of box. Here's another third-party controller. Hey, Dante, look, I found Contra 3 on Super Nintendo. You love Contra, don't you? If
I
you
like the first one. I haven't.
The one on NES?
Yeah, the very first.
What's up?
The NES version is better than the one I downloaded.
Dude, come here.
What is it, 32? What? Oh.
Look at my phone. I think I might buy that. Oh, it's $9.99.
Wouldn't it be interesting if we found, like, the
even
Sega
some other stores, they have
32X?
like old school games. They don't have new as much variety.
They got Tekken 6 right there. Oh, yeah! I bought that game. And that game sucked.
To another store called Next Level Games.
Next level games.
It's down in Blackwood. It's, it's right off of the exit on 42. Exit number 8.
Take a look at the
sell-
NES.
They don't sell any of the new stuff.
Hey, boom! You
There's
hear
Dick
this, right?
Tracy. What's up?
You know, there's another old school game store, right? It's not too far from here. You know how you go to Atlantic City? Well, there's a store right off of Exit 8. What is it called again?
Next Level Games.
Next Level Games.
Oh, yeah, I think I heard of that before. I
Yeah.
just never got the directions to get there yet.
It's really easy to get there. You just get off the exit and you just go straight basically. Eventually you run into like there's like a Kmart or something.
AVGN, you better not be watching this because right here, this is
He's got a lot of cool stuff in there.
Back to the Future for the NES. What you call this, Bugs Bunny? They're all. These are some unlicensed NES games. Here's Gyromite. This is Gyromite. This is Duck Hunt. Rad Racer 2? Not as good as the first. There's RoboCop.
Sometimes it just.
Oh, look. This is going to be the first unlicensed. That's the first. This is the first unlicensed NES game I've ever held. Hey, dude, look! I found what you going? Ooh! Oh boy! It's Top Gun for the NES. I played this. It's a long one. Super Glove Ball. Huh?
Well, it's $30
You played the first one.
Oh, Medieval Resurrection. Oh my god. It uses the word resurrection. Oh my god. That word is overused. There's Tetris for the NES, another memorable classic game for the NES. There's World Class Track Meet. There's WWF King of the Ring for the NES, made by. Uh-oh. We're messed up.
They got good PSP games.
Hey, Marty, guess what?
One of the hardest games to find in Skies around NES.
I found a WWF game.
Yeah.
James Rolfe. Do you know what this rainbow is?
Hey, dude.
It's
We
LJN.
don't talk about that rainbow.
It's LJN.
We don't talk about it.
They even made this one too. Like, why does LJN suck?
I don't know.
Like,
You gotta ask LG. They're still there.
nah, I think they're closed by now. Oh, the Boondocks? They actually have the Boondocks. Yeah, that's funny. We can't even see that. There's too much cursing.
When we leave, what do you guys want to eat? I mean, they got a pizza down the road.
They actually have old Nickelodeon stuff. That's what I'm talking about. Like, they don't have SpongeBob around here. SpongeBob. There it is. Look, there it is. Oh, there's a Sonic the Hedgehog. But anyways, SpongeBob. This is my favorite cartoon of all time. Like, when are you gonna get this? This is one of my favorite cartoon shows of all time. Like, look at it.
We'll check there. We'll check the.
His eyes are popped out.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. This is one of my favorite cartoon shows of all time. I watch this every single day.
Here's the animated Godzilla. I used to watch this.
I don't like animated.
But the animated
I used
Godzilla?
to love that show though. It was
Crispin
actually
Walk.
pretty good.
Yeah, it's Chris Benoit.
I already have that one. I don't have season 5 or not Dragon Ball GT.
I-
I mean, Dragon Ball GT. Is definitely not as good as
I
Dragon
know.
Ball Z.
Z
I
is
was trying to think
way better than GT.
I
Ready to
know.
go? Or did, what do you get?
My Game Boy.